Good morning, everybody. Clarence and I thought we would make a little video this morning, and I was about to get up and do something productive, and then the cat came and laid on me, and I think we all know how things go after that. We're like, well, if you insist, I guess we can lay here for a few hours together. um, so I'm home doing the self quarantine thing. And yesterday was my first day all by myself. And it went really well. I have been keeping up with my self care practices. I did my Jalanetti in the morning, which is the saltwater um, nasal flush, basically. But it's good for so many different reasons. It's a good stress reliever. It decalcifies the pineal gland and the third eye. Um, it is good for insomnia. I'm trying to think of the other things. I was going to review my notes, but I mean, geez, isn't that enough? So, I've been doing that every morning, and I gave myself a day off yesterday to not worry about doing any of the things that I think I need to do. One of the teachers in India was talking about anything that takes an effort. How did he explain it? Yoga should be a meditation and not the traditional way that we think of yoga as actually doing a routine with asanas, with the poses. Yoga is so much more. The meaning of yoga is union, and it's about moving energy, the prana in your body. It's about removing blockages. So if you're having pain in your body, that your body and mind are one, they're connected. So when you are having negative thoughts, then likely something is going to show up in your body. If you're having pain in your body, likely you're having a negative thought about it. So yoga really is something that helps draw your attention to blockages in your energy channels, in your nadis, and and by doing these different asanas, you're moving that energy. You're encouraging the flow of energy to open up. And that's why you feel so good afterwards, even if you're new to it. And I had this idea of what perfect yoga looks like. I suffer from the ideal of perfection, and thinking I need to be perfect and thinking I have to be this certain thing. And you don't. It's an individual practice, and it's a way of connecting to a deeper level within yourself. And not only that, it's for me a connection to the divine, because my energy, the thing that beats my heart and lights me up. I mean, what is there any different than that? That is my connection to the divine. It's the thing that keeps me alive. So, yeah, I am just wanting to kind of open up the lines of communication and post some videos about true yoga, what yoga really is, because I had a different perception of yoga before I left to learn yoga in India. So, I just hope everybody is well. I hope that you are not letting the fear consume you and not giving too much attention to the things that are making you feel bad. With that said, I am using this time that we're in, however you want to look at it, with the coronavirus, my travels overseas by myself and home, and the fear that was present within me, I'm looking at that fear as a call to action, as an alert in my body that there is a teaching there. There is a signal there, and it has a direct correspondence with the placement in my body. Sometimes I feel pain in my chest, in my heart. Sometimes I feel it in my solar plexus. Other times I feel it in my throat as a constriction. Sometimes it's in my head, but these are your chakras. These are your energy channels, and we are always releasing energy in our body. And sometimes we are releasing it in love and trust in a really positive way. And other times we are releasing energy in fear and doubt. And I'm learning to decipher the difference between the two. Fear and doubt, it feels awful. It's painful. It's physically painful in my body. And when I'm releasing in love and trust, when my heart is open, it feels beautiful. It feels expansive. I feel free. I feel open. I'm not judging. I'm not scared. So, what I'm doing, and I was doing it even last night, once the sun went down, a little bit of fear started to creep in, and and I knew that that was an opportunity for me to challenge it and learn something new about myself, because I have a familiar, frightened part of my personality that is scared to be alone sometimes, or feels like there's an emptiness inside me and that I'm not safe by myself, that I'm not enough, just me. and and so I'm looking at these times, instead of running away from the fear, which I've always done my whole entire life, because it doesn't feel good. It's scary. It feels like a fight or flight, like something I need to escape from. And instead, I'm walking closer to those feelings. I'm going into the feelings and realizing that, yes, they hurt, but they can't hurt me any more than they already hurt. And I don't know if anybody's heard the saying, the only way out is through. So you can't actually escape it, and there is a liberation from that feeling by going deeper into it. And in the process, you come to understand yourself in a new and beautiful way. And an expansion of that is, it opens up a beautiful compassion to realize that we all have fears, we all have doubts about ourselves, we all have these frightened parts of our personalities, and and going deeper into them and realizing that, okay, I feel this. This is something that's real for me. I have realized this is something that everyone else has as well. And it's opened up this deeper level of compassion for myself, creating more self-love. And and also I realized that when people are fearful and maybe not as kind as I would like them to be, that's just where they are. And I can have compassion for them, because when people are angry or mean or fearful, that's the root. The root of all of those negative emotions is fear. So maybe that's something that you could open up to if you would like to experiment during this time where we have lots of time, is to begin to sit with your sensations that are happening in your body. And if you don't feel anything right now, you're not able to access it, maybe start checking in with the thoughts that you're having and write them down, and just become aware of your thoughts, and start noticing, are these thoughts in my head primarily on a fearful side of the paper, or am I also having loving thoughts, and what's the ratio? Just kind of begin to check in with yourself and see where you're at. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy this, and I'm going to tell you, it is painful and it is really uncomfortable, but I have been doing this for a while now, and the rewards are there. I can promise you there is beauty in this. And I love you all, and I'm here for you and I believe in you and I support you. And I hope that we can all start to see that we're in this together.